What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Rulebreaker Reus. What a player he's gonna be. He is just one of these players, and unfortunately he has been downgraded this year from, I think, 87 or 88, just checking on Footbin. He was an 88 all the way down to an 85, and it's a shame because I think he's an absolute wonderful cam, and with him only being an 85, we was desperate to get that Reus that's 87, 88, 90 plus, because he's a brilliant player. His kind of attributes always work well in this game. He has got some absolutely wonderful stats. So let's get into the review. We'll see how he goes. We'll have a look in game, we'll have a gameplay, and then we'll have the end review card at the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So with Reus and this Rulebreaker card, there is normally one theme, one stat that you kind of know that they take from and that they give. They've taken away 4 passing, but given 17 physicality. Don't know whether it's worth it or not. I think physical side of it is nice, don't get me wrong. He gets 84 strength, 85 stamina and 89 jumping in comparison to 66, 67 stamina and 70 jumping, so he's had a very big increase in it, and you will notice the difference, I believe anyway, from what I've played with him. But the passing wise, it's only 80 now, and I think as 84 you had pretty much a +4 and everything. So at the minute it's 80, 81, 82, 81, 72 and 84, and that's vision, crossing, free kick, short, long pass and curve. For me, that's a considerable loss. Even though you can go with a chemistry style and get all that back, you could go with a catalyst, which I believe is the main featured chemistry style people are voting for. That would give you a +7 on the passing and a +10 on the pace, obviously turning him back into an 86 cam. If you was to go with the basic chemistry style, it would give him up to an 88 cam and give you that kind of overall view, and it gives you the +3 back on the passing regardless, plus everything else. I think the basics working really well there. You could obviously go with a few other options. You could go and max out his shooting if you wanted him more as a scoring cam. You could go with a finisher and get him a bit more dribbling, a bit more shooting, and kind of relax on the pace, being 82 already. He has 84 acceleration, 80 sprint speed, which I think is about average in terms of cam. I don't think it's too low, but then again, I do think that you would need a little bit more going down the line. I don't think it's going to be acceptable to have 84 for many more weeks. We have got 87 shooting, which is a wonderful base stat, 87 finishing and positioning, and 88 shot power. That for me is absolutely fine. We also have good penalties at 92. In terms of dribbling, again, this is the sort of player that really knows how to have a close dribble on him. 84, 83 agility balance, we've got 86 reactions, 88 ball control, 86 dribbling, and 86 composure. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. If you was to put a finisher on him, it does turn him into an 89 centre forward and an 87 cam, giving him 95 shooting and 94 dribbling. That for me is a wonderful stat to have right there. He is a 4-star, which is always lovely. He is right-footed at 5'11", with a high attacking work rate and a medium defensive. No problems whatsoever. So let's get into some gameplay, see how he did. So with Reus, he managed to get into my FUT Champs team. It did cost a lot, 680,000, which again for the player that he is very expensive. But I thought, you know what, we'll buy him straight off the bat because we're going to be doing a Bellarabi review next, and I thought, who's better to have? It's a strong link. He does have some nice links. He is my penalty taker in this, so we see Bellarabi win the penalty, and Reus is hopefully going to convert it for me. He does manage to get 2 wins back to back on FUT Champs versus some good teams. They weren't quite meta teams, but very good teams nonetheless. And honestly, a fan favourite. I do have a little bit of bias because I think Reus is one of my favourite players in the Bundesliga, and it's a shame the career he kind of had, being injured quite a lot. He definitely could have done more if he managed to get that opportunity and being fighting fit. Who knows, he may have made that move to Barca, but Bayern. But in general, I think at the minute, a little bit overpriced. Obviously, they've not been out for very long, so we've still got rewards, we've still got more promo packs to come. More than likely, he will drop down later on, so I am not worried about that too much. But overall, I think he's a good player. I really like him as a cam, and I don't think there's enough cam players yet, and enough well-rounded cam players. There's like some that are mega quick. There are some that are mega quick, but just don't have the overall about them. So let's get into the overall review for him. We did kind of go over a little bit off the gameplay there, so we're in the end review. He's a good player. He is a top quality player. I've given him a 9.5. I think he's absolutely brilliant as that cam. You could even go as a centre forward. Really could easily be the centre forward role as well. I think for me, he is better as the cam, and especially if you whack something like a basic. If we have a look at the pluses around here, 85, 89, 83, 83, 91. That for me is absolutely brilliant. If you go with a Hunter, we get 92, 93. You've got Engine as another good one, 86, 92, and 87 for pace. Again, it's not a little bad option, seeing as though his pace, his shooting is already pretty on top right there. Then you get the plus of the passing, the dribbling, and a bit of pace. For me, that's always a nice option as well. I know a lot of people are going for the catalyst, which is that. I just don't see. I think that's a waste. I'd find it to be too much of a waste putting a catalyst on someone, even though that does make him into quite a nice passing cam again. I think personally you might as well go with basic if you're doing that, and just getting the overall stats. In terms of generations then, he is 31 years old, so we have had him since FIFA 10, and maybe even before that. We get a silver card with him to start with, we get gold, team of the season, I think that's footies for 2 years. We then get 2 informs, a team of the season, and a team of the season. Can we find our, 4th team of the season in a row in FIFA 21? Normally he ends up with a couple of informs at best. I really want to see another one for him. I would love a 90 plus untradeable Reus in the club. Such a good player. I've given him nice links. Delaney informs quite a good one. We have flashback Witzel if you did his SBC. Even Sane. And you also have obviously this new Rulebreaker Bellarabi if you wanted as well. In terms of alternatives, we've gone with Bruno, who I really like, and Kevin De Bruyne, who I haven't actually used yet. I've used him in draft, but I don't think that counts too much because I only had so many games with him. I think that one I actually lost first round. So to be honest, if I've played one game, I don't necessarily know all about him. But overall, I think he's a very good player. Would I pick him up for 685? No, I'd be looking at 400 under if he does go to it. If not, I may be looking at Bruno as like a replacement, especially because he has the Prem links as well. But Reus is a very good player. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.